Red Hat is the open source company. Is the open source model likely to become the standard of new IT era?
Yes, I think we can say that. I think that the fact that we have been very earlier in the process with regards to the development of open source is now converging very, very rapidly to the fact that the new generations, the millennials, for instance, they really like the idea of sharing things, of collaborating. And I think that our business model, the way we are working with our ecosystem, is extremely in sync. I don't see any other company being as much in sync with what the people think about how to develop software, how to share value, how to work together for the same goal. So we do this better than any other company. So I think that really we represent the open source spirit, not only because this is our business model, but this is also how we work. I mean, at Red Hat, every single employee is really owning, living these values that we have about contributing to the community projects, developing software for the benefit of a multitude of people. So I think that this is really what we represent in the eye of the market at the end of the day.
You are in charge of WEMEA. What are the most important priorities in the coming period in this area?
So WEMEA stands for Western Europe, Southern Europe, Middle East and Africa. We have locations in the UK, in France, in Spain, in Portugal, in Italy. Italy, it's both Roma and Milano. We have also offices in Israel, in Dubai, and in South Africa, in Johannesburg, and in Turkey as well. And we are also thinking about opening new subsidiaries. So this is a pretty widely spread geography. We have different markets, different maturity of markets in this region. If you take, I would say, some countries like the UK or France, these are very, very mature markets with regards to open source. If you take some others, we are just developing together with the emerging economies. And therefore, the goals that we have in this region can be different from one country to another one. We have mainly two types of goals. The first one is to really spread to the market with our entire portfolio. Our portfolio is much, much more than Linux. Linux has been the foundation, but nowadays we are also present in plenty of other businesses such as middleware and everything around middleware, meaning open APIs, mobility, data virtualization, and so on and so forth. We are in storage, and we try to take advantage of everything which is software defined. So in those markets where we have already a strong footprint in terms of Linux or from Linux, we want to really sell the entire portfolio. And we do it really on purpose. For all our enterprise customers, we are willing to really present the value of the entire portfolio, having a multi-product approach. In other territories, in other economies where we are starting to develop, what we want is to create this very strong footprint. And in particular, what we want to do is through academic program, we want to make sure that the people, the markets, the users, the companies understand the power of a fully open source based infrastructure. So we have a different approach, which is more to evangelize, to make our business model a popular one. We want to recruit not only more customers, but also more partners, because we want to have the ecosystem to be developed in the country. So we have these two different goals. We also have still in my region a goal to develop into new countries. So I am considering at the time being opening offices in new countries. We have different projects where we are working on with our investment committee, and so I am expecting in the near future, meaning in the next fiscal year, to have new legal entities opening in the region.
Open source is not only software or code, it's a culture and process. who does Red Hat enable open source culture within the Red Hat organization?
Well, I think that it is really important to highlight the fact that Red Hatters, employees, me for instance, we really know why we work for Red Hat. We work for this set of values, starting with meritocracy, starting with entrepreneurial spirit, starting with respect, which is very important within the company. So these values are not just put on a sort of booklet where, you know, it's nice to have it and then we forget about it. That's absolutely not the case. At Red Hat, what we do is really when our new associates join the company, they go in a sort of a process where they will learn about the history of the company, they will learn about the values of the company, and we expect each employee, each associate, that's a better word, to really practice the values every day. So, for instance, in EMEA, in the European, in the large, extended European region, every year we have a project which is led by several members of the steering committee of EMEA, where each member of the steering committee is in charge of one project around one value of the set of Red Hat values. So it is something that we live on a daily basis. I mean, it's not something that we have because it's nice to have it. It is really something where we invest. We catch all opportunities when we have an event to remind the people internally or externally that these values are the foundation, and without these values, Red Hat will not be what we are today. So it's really something which is crucial for the development of our company.